With a major selection of the looks your kiddos love starting at just $4 in the Walmart app, a new school year means a stylish new them. Who knew? Find skater skirts and Crocs that say, I'm casual but cool. Sparkly sneakers that say, it's my classroom, you're just learning in it. And preppy polos that say, I'm the teacher's pet, even if they're mommy's menace at home. Find their favorite styles starting at just $4 in the app. The Walmart you thought you knew is now new.
Ryan Reynolds here from Mint Mobile. With the price of just about everything going up, we thought we'd bring our prices down. So to help us, we brought in a reverse auctioneer, which is apparently a thing.
Mint Mobile Unlimited Premium Wireless. How to get 30, 30, bit to get 30, bit to get 20, 20, 20, bit to get 20, 20, bit to get 15, 15, 15, 15, just $15 a month? Sold! Give it a try at mintmobile.com/switch.
Upfront payment of $45 for 3-month plan, equivalent to $15 per month required. New customer offer for first 3 months only. Speed slow after 35 gigabytes if network's busy. Taxes and fees extra. See mintmobile.com.
Hey everyone, it's your girl Breeny Lee, and welcome to the Pep Talk podcast, where we have real, raw, relatable conversations with the pep talk you need.
You have the power to create your future with the choices that you make today.
What do you bring to the table? Baby, I am the table. Love yourself a little bit more than that, ladies. Come on.
Dust settles, queens don't.
And don't forget, know your worth and then add tax.
Period.
We're going to be talking about the difference between princess energy and queen energy. I want to announce who my audience is not, okay? My audience, or the people that I speak to, are not the people that hate men. Though they have had a bad experience with men, these are women who want to be better for themselves and better for others secondarily. My audience are not women who make excuses for poor behavior. My audience is for women who hold themselves accountable, who take a look in the mirror first before pointing the finger at others, okay? My audience are people that control the things that they can control. So with that being said, with that disclaimer being said, I'm going to talk about the difference between a high value woman and a high quality woman. Whilst I do value the high value woman, I think it's more important to be a high quality woman. Let's just break it down. A high value woman gonna cost you a lot of money, honey. Okay, brother? A high value woman is gonna cost your brother. She's high maintenance, but not necessarily in a good way. She's high maintenance in a way that's actually gonna give you a headache. I don't really want to confuse high value with high maintenance, okay? Let's just say high maintenance woman. Not to compare women to a car, because I know we're not cars, but I think it sometimes can be the best analogy, okay? A high maintenance woman. She's like a Maserati, yeah? Looks absolutely beautiful on the outside. Fast, it's gonna give you excitement. It's just gonna be a rush. But Maserati depreciates up to 70% once you have driven it off of the lot. Okay, so a Maserati sometimes is more headache than it's actually worth. A high quality, a high value woman is more like your most reliable Toyota. Very reliable, okay? She may be top of the range Toyota, but she is going to be reliable. She may not draw you as much attention as the Maserati, but you will always be able to rely on her to get you from A to Z. She's loyal, she's faithful, and she takes you where you need to go without the bells and whistles and with no distractions. A high quality woman is going to last you a long time. When it comes to progressing in dating and actually having something long term with a quality man, a high value / high quality man does not want a bunch of drama in his life. Boys like crazy, but men marry sane. Crazy, unfortunately, ladies, is not a compliment. No guy is going to take you seriously if you are crazy, if you're emotionally unintelligent, if you are just doing the most for no reason, if you are contentious, you like to argue. There are women out there that like to argue. I'm not talking about arguing as a broad blanket, but there are women that genuinely love to argue. They get a kick out of it. They get a kick out of getting a rise out of a man. And if you've been to therapy or if you've been to any form of counseling, you will know that that is actually a very negative quality that actually breeds out of something more serious as relating to your childhood. And the reason why we think crazy is a compliment is because we keep taking our cues from reality TV stars, celebrities. These people are entertainers. They are on the screen to entertain you. Do not take your cues from entertainment, celebrity culture, even celebrity relationships. Everything is for your entertainment and for your amusement. And I am a quiet observer of the culture, of the world at large, and what is actually happening, like psychologically to people. And I especially love the culture of dating. And I'm noticing something quite disturbing happening within our culture. There's two different types of empowerment. And then on one hand, there's the empowerment that I preach and I teach and I believe with my whole heart. And that is the work on yourself. Become the best version of yourself. Know your value. Have standards. Don't let people walk all over you. And date up or date on your level. But what I am noticing nowadays is another form of empowerment. And it's a sort of use your looks, use your body to seduce men into giving you what you want. Not working hard for it, but using them to give you what you want. It's a get what's yours and secure the bag by any means necessary, even if it means taking advantage of gullible, insecure men. It's a type of role reversal whereby it's like, well, I've been dating men and they've been giving me headaches and I've been giving them sex, but I'm not benefiting in any way. So if I'm going to get a headache from a man, let me actually get something out of him. And it is very, very, very backwards thinking. And even though it may seem right, it's kind of like, if you can't beat them, join them. And it's like, it's funny how people call this feminism, but what you're actually trying to achieve is you actually want to be like men. That's not feminism, right? Equality with men, I'm all for. In the workplace, we should have equal rights. In society, we should have equal rights, equal human rights. When it comes to, I will call cheap feminism, this feminism that isn't really fighting for anything but selfishness. It's not fighting for other women. It's fighting for your own desires and what you want. And you're jumping on a bandwagon of feminism in order to get that. I don't agree with that. And while this group may feel a sense of empowerment, it's in a weird, twisted, upside down, misogynist way. It's actually, and if no one's going to tell it, I'm going to tell it, it's actually a form of prostitution. It's a transactional relationship, if you can even downgrade it and call it that. This kind of relationship will not last, nor will it bring you the happiness that you think that receiving all of these material items from this person is going to give you. Let's just be honest, a lot of women that are on this empowerment tip, on this sugar baby tip, they did not have fathers to show them or to even provide for them. It's sad. It is very sad. I grew up without a father, but thank God that he's my father. He's been able to show me what is the right way to go about things. Some men want power and some women want money. So in that situation, it's a win-win where you're using him for money and he's using you for sex. However, no human should have power over you. No man should be able to control you with money or material items. It's not empowerment, it's disempowerment. So I'm going to talk very briefly about this sugar baby, sugar daddy culture. So over the years of being on social media, I have been approached by countless sugar daddies, usually old white men that are married, who say to me, are you looking for a sugar daddy? I want to take care of you. And apparently it's no strings attached. And as tempting as that may seem, I fear God. I love myself and I have my own money. Sadly, a lot of women either don't have their own money or don't want to work for money. They just want it to be given. Just a wake-up call. That's not how life works. If you want money, work for it. And I don't mean work for it by using your body or your sexuality or your temple. I mean genuinely put your gloves on, put your socks on, pull yourself up by your bootstraps. This is a land of opportunity. You do not have to compromise yourself in order to make money. And a lot of women, they want fast money because they want to be able to show it fast. And I want to talk about a little bit about social media a little bit later. So back to these sugar daddies. Most of them are married men. They're in relationships. They all even have their whole page with their wife and stuff like that. But they want a sense of power by getting young women to do them favors. And they'll say, oh yeah, no strings attached. I want to send you money. And they may send you a little bit of money to whet your appetite. And they may just request for you like a photo. And you're like, okay, well, it's only a photo. I take photos on Instagram anyway. So you send them the photo, they send you the money. But they're just trying to whet your appetite. They're trying to just entice entice you. And of course, it's because it's easy money. Who doesn't want easy money, right? There's a quote that I've heard quite a lot from Christians, and it is, sin will take you further than you thought you would go. It will keep you longer than you ever wanted to stay, and it will cost you more than you ever expected to pay. And it's the same for those who enter these kind of lifestyles unaware of the many consequences that it has. Let's be honest, money is sweet though, especially when you didn't work for it. But there's a reason why the Bible says the love of money, the love of it, not money, the love of money, the pursuit of money, the chasing after money is the root of all kinds of evil. Anyone chasing money, anyone desperate for money will eventually be taken down a rabbit hole that you cannot by yourself be taken out of. And let's be honest, social media promotes a certain level of lifestyle that makes you feel like it's unattainable. And you know what? Sometimes for the average person, it is unattainable. And if you will be able to attain it, it will probably take you 10 plus years. Not 10 days, not 10 months, 10 years. But who wants to wait 10 years? People want to stunt on the gram today. People want to stunt right now. People want the appearance of success, but they don't actually want to be successful and work for it. And you need to be careful with that, because the truth is, people on Instagram, you have no idea. I'm telling you, you have no idea how people make their money, how people live the life that they live on social media. You can find all kinds of stories on Google. Even people under the guise of influencer, some of them are nothing more than escorts, and that's on period. If you can't visibly see how someone makes their money online, or they don't talk about how they make their money online, unless they're private and everything about them screams they're just a private person, assume that what they're doing is dodgy and they're getting it another way. I know girls who look like they have a successful hair brand, but they are living in apartments in central London that are paid for by a married man. She's living in his apartment, but on the outside you think this woman got successful off of selling hair. No, she got successful off of slinging. And that woman's lifestyle is being financed, not by her career, but by several men. Be not deceived. I'm just going to say it. Sugar baby culture is toxic and it needs to go away. It's not empowering in the slightest. It disempowers women and reduces women just to their sexual organs, to their bodies, as if it's an object. Women will sell themselves as though they were a product. And that kind of dissonance within your own self, where you don't see yourself as worthy, as a whole woman, as someone of more value than what they have to offer in their body. This body is only a vehicle that takes us where we want to go. That's all. And I'm not here to judge, but how much more fulfilling would it be to know that you made a living off of selling products, of selling experiences, services, than for selling yourself or selling your very soul? That you actually made an honest living by benefiting others and not taking from others. And what I've noticed, very funnily, I rarely go to events, but if I do go to events, I will notice that the women aren't working to get their money, but as being given it, they have the nastiest attitudes. They will act like they are the best thing since sliced bread. Their attitude stinks. But when you work for your money, you're humble because you know the grind, you know how much it took, and you want to help other women do that. This false sense of female empowerment is just selfish. It's a cover-up for something very insidious and very selfish. It does not seek to help women, but to put women back down, set us back 100 years. It's not empowerment. That level of empowerment is not empowerment. And you've got to choose, what woman do you want to be? You want to be a princess, or you want to be a queen? You want things given to you, or you want to earn things? Women are so much more powerful than their bodies. We're so much more smarter. We're so much more bright. And a lot of women want to delude themselves. Well, it's just another job, isn't it? No, it's not. You don't have to sell your soul or sell your body to get money if you're working, let's say, in a corporate job. If you have your own business, if you're self-employed, if you're working in tech, you're not selling your soul, you're not selling your body. No matter how many people want to delude themselves, it's not right. It's never going to be right. I just wish that self-respect was back in fashion and that we all could wear it. So I'm going to talk about the princess energy and the queen energy as it relates to dating, okay? I'm just going to talk about the attitudes of the different type of women. And these attitudes, when it comes to dating and when it comes to just life in general, I was really going to help you to understand or to see what types of women women there are out there and the differences, okay? The princess on a first date will say, pay for me because I am pretty. The queen will say, pay for me because you asked me out on this date and the type of man that I'm looking for is a gentleman. The queen is not trying to come across as entitled. There is a level of respect that a queen expects. This is the attitude of a princess. A princess will say, I shouldn't have to work when my man's got money. He should take care of me. The queen says, I want to work. I find passion in my work. I find purpose in my work. I love that I'm able to take care of myself, but should something happen and I cannot work or I am pregnant, I would need a man that will be able to hold us both down. The princess comes off as a leech and the queen comes off as someone that is going to be an asset to a man. The princess says, on Instagram's man bought them a Louis Vuitton bag for Valentine's Day. Why won't you? You are so cheap. The queen says, I am so grateful to have a man that shows me every single day that he loves and cares about me. So whatever he gives me as a gift on Valentine's Day, I'm going to enjoy and I'm going to be grateful. Thank you. The princess is immature and she compares herself to other people. She compares herself, her relationships, her friendships, everything is up for comparison. But what she doesn't understand is you can't compare something that you don't know the full story about. You're only seeing one side. The princess is very immature. A woman that constantly compares herself doesn't know her own value. And can I just say that when we think about like our men giving us gifts, it doesn't work how you see it on Instagram. Your man is not a ATM machine. He's not a cash point. When you get into a relationship, you're not just thinking about all the ways in which you can spend his hard-earned money. You're a leech if you're thinking like that and you're not ready for a relationship. Keep dating the F-boys because you guys will have a fun day together. The princess says, well, no, I'm not going to help you with this project because when I needed help, you wasn't there. When I called you to pick me up, you couldn't. So you figure it out yourself. The queen says, we are a team. When you win, I win. So I'm always happy to help you because I know you'll do the same for me. The princess energy is all about me. It's all about what I want and it does not consider anybody else. A princess cannot survive in a relationship. She can't. She doesn't have the maturity to stop thinking about I and start thinking about we. And bear in mind, I'm only talking about these men that are genuinely good men, because a lot of genuinely good men, they get with the princess type of women and all of a sudden all women are trash. All women are users. And it's not the case. The woman that you chose was a princess, not a queen. The princess will say, why are you asking me to pay? What kind of man are you? I will never ever pay for a date. The queen says, I have money and I want to say thank you for all the times that we've gone out and you've paid. So it's nothing. Let me just get this one because I love you. The princess shows no reciprocation. It's all about the I. The princess says, well, if you bought me a new pair of shoes and a dress, I would have come with you to your brother's wedding. The queen will say, just let me know the date and time and I'll be there. How simple, how simple and how complicated is the princess? The princess wants to argue at all of the wrong times. The princess is so emotionally unintelligent that she doesn't know when the right time to say what she wants to say. She has zero communication skills and she's not trying to learn. The queen says, I know this is a rough time for you at work and so I ran you a hot bath. I put your favorite book by the side. Call me if you need anything else. The queen is there to cater and the princess is there to be contentious. And I know what a lot of you guys are saying. Well, the queen sounds like a pick-me. Who wants to be a pick-me? I'm so tired of hearing pick-me whenever a woman says that she wants to be a wife or she wants to cater to her man or just be nice. All of a sudden she's a pick-me. When people throw out these words, it's just a defense mechanism to really ignore what's actually going on within their own hearts. So I'm not offended. I don't get offended by people that are princesses that will call someone who wants to cater to their man, that has their own, that doesn't mind paying for a date from time to time. She's not a pick-me. She's a wise, respectable woman that a man will love to be with. If you ever get called a pick-me, ignore it. Do not change. And ladies, don't try to be or not be who you are because you have the fear of being called a pick-me. And by the way, I'm not a pick-me because I already been picked, honey. I already been picked, honey. This is how you get picked, okay? This is how you get picked. But a queen is supportive of her man. She wants to stand side by side him, not beneath him, not above him either. She has her own and she will share accordingly. She's about the we and not only the I. She's in it for the long haul and she's not in a rush to spend all of your money. She wants to build with her man and will encourage her man to save money, not to spend it. She'll encourage her man to get into real estate, to get into investments, to get onto the stock market, to start a business. I said encourage, not do it for him. Encourage. It's okay for a woman to encourage her man. It's actually okay. Though this woman knows her value, she wants a man that will affirm her every single day, that will speak well of her to her face and behind her back, be there to protect her as she does the same for him. She wants her man to be her safe place, to be her shelter, where she runs to when the world gets too chaotic. When she disagrees with her man, she doesn't disrespect him. There's a way to disagree with someone without disrespecting them, and we have to learn that in our culture. She speaks highly of her man behind his back in public. She doesn't belittle him. She doesn't make him feel stupid in front of his friends. She manages her own finances well, and she's not trying to keep up with the Joneses. She's secure in who she is. She is a secure woman. She has a vision for her future and she is focused on achieving those goals. And just because a woman has money does not mean she's a high quality woman or a high value woman at that. Just because a woman has breasts does not mean she's high value or high quality. Just because a woman has hundreds of thousands of subscribers, followers on Instagram does not make her a high value, a high quality woman. Just because a woman has her own business does not make her a high value, high quality woman. A high quality woman makes the quality of a man's life so much more better. She's not using him. She's an asset. She's not a liability. She's not going to take from him. She's going to add to him. She's a real partner. And that's what men want. They want someone that they can rely on, that will walk side by side. Men have it really hard in this world, and I won't lie. Women have it hard too, but men have it hard as well. They want a woman that's going to be a safe place for them, a peaceful place that sets a beautiful atmosphere for the home. Not someone that's contentious, always wants to argue, and arguing has its place, but it's not constant. Some people act like a princess because they haven't been healed from their past. They haven't let go of certain things, trauma, bad relationships with the men in their family, their fathers, their uncles. A lot of their acting out of the princess energy is just hurt people, broken people. It takes a lot for you to actually look in the mirror and say, well, I kind of am a princess. I have aspects of a princess, and actually do the work to find out why that may be and want to get better and want to improve. Because believe it or not, there is a standard. Even though this world wants everyone to think that everything is right and it's okay for everyone to be however they are, there is a standard. And especially if you're a woman that is a believer, we know what God requires of us, and we can't conform to this world and the way that they do things. We have a higher calling, a higher responsibility. Well, thank you for listening to this episode of the Pep Talk podcast. It would mean so much to me if you can leave a review, rate this episode, and I will see you in the next one. Stay fabulous, ladies.